Good day, ma'am. This is my report about this Module 3, and I'm Jover Ilimbaga, Section C. So, for Module 3, we tackle about Lesson 3, Study on Institutional Agencies in the Philippines, Code of Kalantiaw, Bilibid Prison, San Ramon Prison, and Penal Farm, Iwahig Penal Colony, Correctional Institute for Women, New Bilibid Prison, Davao Penal Colony, Sablayan Penal Farm, Leyte Regional Prison, Provincial Jail System, and Public Attorney's Office, or should we call PAW. And for introduction, this module tackles about Lesson 3, Study on Institutional Agencies in the Philippines, Code of Kalantiaw, Bilibid Prison, Davao Penal Colony, Sablayan Penal Farm, Leyte Regional Prison, Provincial Jail System, and Public Attorney's Office. So, for Institutional Agency of Philippines, corrections in the Philippines started during pre-colonial times. So, it was, however, organized on the individual community basis. It was only during the Spanish regime when an organized corrective services was made operational. So, the DOJ, Department of Justice, pursues its mandate through its agencies. These are the following. So, first is Bureau of Corrections, Bureau of Immigrations, National Bureau of Investigation, Parole and Probation Administration, Presidential Commission on Good Government, Public Attorney's Office, Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution, Office of the Government Corporate Counsel, Office of the Solicitor General, and last is Registration Authority. So the first is Bureau of Corrections. The Bureau of Corrections is charged with custody and rehabilitation of national offenders, that is, those sentenced to serve a term of imprisonment of more than 3 years. The next is Bureau of Immigration. In accordance with the revised Administrative Code of 1987, the Commission on Immigration and Deportation was renamed Bureau of Immigration, as it is more properly called today. Under this code, the Bureau is composed of three structural units, namely the Office of the Commissioner, the Board of Commissioners, and the Board of Special Inquiry. These groups act as collegial bodies and exercises quasi-judicial powers affecting the entry and stay of foreign nationals in the country. The third is National Bureau of Investigation. The main objective of the National Bureau of Investigation is the establishment and maintenance of modern, effective, and efficient investigative service and research agency for the purpose of implementing fully principal functions provided under Republic Act Number 157 as amended. The next is Parole and Probation Administration. The Parole and Probation Administration, or PPA, provides a less costly alternative to imprisonment of offenders who are likely to respond to individualized community-based treatment programs. Presidential Commission on Good Government. The Presidential Commission on Good Government shall be charged with the task of assisting the President in the recovery of ill-gotten wealth accumulated by former President Ferdinand E. Marcos, his immediate family, relatives, subordinates, and close associates, whether located in the Philippines or abroad, including the takeover or sequestration of all business enterprises and entities owned or controlled by them. During his administration, directly or through nominees by taking undue advantage of their public office and or using their powers, authority, influence, connection, or relationship, the investigation of such cases of graft and corruption of the President may assign to the Commission from time to time, and the adoption of safeguards to ensure that the above practices shall not be repeated in any manner under the new government, and the institution of adequate measures to prevent the occurrence of occupations. And the fifth is Public Attorney's Office. The Public Attorney's Office is exists to provide the indigent litigants, and oppressed, marginalized, and underprivileged members of the society free access to courts, judicial, and quasi-judicial agencies. By rendering legal services, counseling, and assistance in consonance with the constitutional mandate that free access to courts shall not be denied to any person by reason of poverty in order to ensure the rule of law, truth, and social justice as components of the country's sustainable development. And the next is Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution. To promote, develop, and expand the use of alternative dispute resolutions or ADR in the private and public sectors and to assist governments to monitor, study, and evaluate the use by the public and the private sector of ADR and recommend to Congress needful statutory changes to develop, strengthen, and improve ADR practices in accordance with world standards. Next is Office of the Government Corporate Council. The Office of the Government Corporate Council, or OGCC, was founded on December 1, 1935 as a government council division under the Department of Justice, or DOJ. To date, it has emerged as the premier law office of government-owned and controlled corporations, or GOCCS. Their subsidiaries, other corporate offerings, and government acquire a set of corporations. Office of the Solicitor General. The Office of the Solicitor General, which is an independent and autonomous office attached to the Department of Justice for budgetary purposes, is the legal representative of the government of the Republic of the Philippines, its agencies and instrumentalities, and its officials and agents its in any litigation, proceeding, investigation, or matter requiring the services of a lawyer before the local court systems or international fora. Land Registration Authority. The Land Registration Authority is mandated to issue decrees of registration and certificates of titles and registered documents, patents, and other land transactions for the benefit of landowners, agrarian reform beneficiaries, and the legislating public in general to provide a secure, stable, and trustworthy record of the ownership and recorded interest therein so as to promote social and economic well-being and contribute to national development. The next topic is Code of Kalantiaw. Article 1. You shall not kill, neither shall you steal, neither shall you do harm to the aged, lest you incur the danger of death. All those who infringe this order shall be condemned to death by being drowned in the river or in boiling water. Article 2. You shall obey. Let all your debts with the headman be met punctually. He who does not obey shall receive for the first time 100 lashes if the debt is large. He shall be condemned to thrust his hand in boiling water thrice. For the second time he shall be beaten to death. Article 3. Obey you. Let no one have women that are very young nor more than he can support, nor be given to excessive lust. He who does not comply with, obey, and observe this order shall be condemned to swim for 3 hours for the first time, and for the second time to be beaten to death with sharp thorns. Article 4. Observe and obey. Let no one disturb the quiet of the graves when passing by the caves and trees where they are. Give respect to them. He who does not observe this shall be killed by ants, or beaten to death with thorns. Article 5. You shall obey. He who exchanges for food, let it be always done in accordance with his word. He who does not comply shall be beaten for 1 hour. He who repeats the offense shall be exposed for 1 day among ants. Article 6. You shall be obliged to revere sites that are held in respect such as those of trees of recognized worth and other sites. He who fails to comply shall pay with 1 month's work in gold or in honey. Article 7. These shall be put to death he who kills trees of venerable appearance, who shoot arrows at night at old men and women. He who enters the houses of the headman without permission, he who kills a shark or a stricken cayman. Article 8. Slavery for a dome or a certain period of time shall be suffered by those who steal away the woman of the headman, by him who keep ill-tempered dogs that bite the headman, by him who burns the fields of another. Article 9. All these shall be beaten for 2 days, who sing while traveling by night, kill the manual, tear the documents belonging to the headman, are malicious liars, or who mock the head. Article 10. It is decreed an obligation that every mother teach secretly to her daughters matters pertaining to lust and prepare them for womanhood. Let not men be cruel, nor punish their women when they catch them in the act of adultery. Whoever shall disobey shall be killed by being cut to pieces and thrown to the Caymans. Article 11. These shall be burned who by their strength or cunning have mocked at and escaped punishment, or who have killed young boys or tried to steal away the women of the elders. Article 12. These shall be drawn all who interfere with their superiors or their owners or masters, all those who abuse themselves through their lust, those who destroy their anitos or idols by breaking them or throwing them down. Article 13. All these shall be exposed to ants for half a day, who kill black cats during a new moon, or steal anything from the chiefs or argorangs, however small the object may be. Article 14. They shall be made slave for life, who have beautiful daughters and deny them to the sons of chiefs, and with bad faith hide them away. Article 15. Concerning beliefs and superstitions, this shall be beaten, who eat the diseased flesh of beast which they hold in respect, or the herb which they consider good, who want or kill the young of the manual or the white monkey. Article 16. The finger shall be cut off all those who break idols of wood and clay in their alangans and temples, of those who destroy the daggers of the Tagalons or break the drinking jars of the latter. Article 17. These shall be killed who profane sites where idols are kept and sites where are buried the sacred things of their diwatas and headman. He who performs his necessities in those places shall be burned. Article 18. Those who do not cause these rules to be obeyed, if they are headman, they shall be put to death by being stoned and crushed, and if they are agorangs, they shall be placed in rivers to be eaten by sharks and caimans.